Are you a teenager or the parent of a teenager? Our guest today has created a safe space for teens to talk about their daily pressures of life and their mental health. Stick around to learn more about her ministry. I'm Natty.
I'm Vita.
And we are here to thrive.
Hey everyone, today we are excited to introduce Imani Owens, an advocate for teen mental health, who's not only pursuing certification in childcare, but is also on a path to studying criminal justice to help our teens. Imani has been creating safe spaces for teens to express their feelings and learn how to cope with emotional challenges. From online meetings to seminars, she's deeply invested in providing teens with the tools that they need to thrive. Imani, thank you for joining us today, and we're thrilled to have you.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
So, Imani, let's discuss your work with teens.
Oh, yeah.
What inspired you to focus on teen mental health and creating safe spaces for their communication?
Well, being around teens, which I have done a lot, and especially around children, just seeing their emotions and just who they are, it inspired me to have a safe space for them so they have somewhere to have feelings and understand where they're coming from. And just being around them, wanted to create a space where they're okay with their own emotions during this time in life. So, yes.
And you mentioned that journaling is important
hmm
for teens to express their feeling. Can you talk a little more about that?
Oh, yeah. So, for myself, I also journal, which it helps. Is very therapeutic. But what I'm saying for the teens to journal is them to put everything out on a piece of paper to get it out of their mind. Because when you're in your mind so much, you're clouded. You go to the next thing, to the next thing, and then your mind is all clouded and you don't know how to handle those emotions. So with journaling, it's something where they can see for themselves how they're talking to each other or how they're talking to themselves when they're by themselves. Like it shows them like, okay, I should not be talking to myself like that. I should be talking to myself kinder. I love myself. I am strong. It's just those ways to help them encourage themselves so they can pass it on to another person next to them.
I like that.
hmm
I like that. That's good.
Um, Tell me the name of your organization.
Oh, yes. My organization is called Owens Teen Empowerment. And the reason I chose Owens Teen Empowerment because my grandfather, which I love, who passed, I'm his last generation of his name. So I wanted to make a legacy for something that staples me, but staples him as a person because he was strong and loving and just everything I am. So I wanted to give something where it's my name, but also me has meaning for teens to understand this is for them. This is for them to grow within themselves to know they can flourish no matter what they do. So that's why I chose Owens Teen Empowerment.
Okay. Can you describe how your program works?
All right, so for my program, solely I am starting with seminars to open up to like Zooms and stuff to have them communicate with themselves, but also with me and understanding that they have a safe space. My goal in life for OST Power is to have a building for them. I want to have a building where they could come to do homework or sit with their friends or just chat around because most of the time we're focused on the young kids and we don't give the teens the proper space they need for them to flourish into this community and this environment of work in this world. So I want to sooner or later have a building for them where they can feel safe to understand that their emotions and they matter in this world no matter what.
Okay, go ahead.
I was I'm sorry, I was thinking about when you were talking about journaling.
Yeah.
Let's say in a teen's head, I'm stupid.
hmm
I'm worthless.
No, no.
You I'm a waste of space.
hmm
But when they put those thoughts down on paper,
Yep.
they get to see
See,
it.
yes, it's about the physical. You could say so much in your mind, but when you see it on paper, there's a different outlet to it. It's like, wow, I'm really saying these things about myself. This is how I look at myself every day. And you're going to sit there and look at that piece of paper and be like, do I really feel like that towards myself? And you have to understand and know, like, no, you are not. stupid, or you're not any other way. You're smart, you're brave, you're strong. You take every step every single day in a new life to do something different with your life. So seeing it on a piece of paper and journaling your feelings, they're not keeping it in their mind and sitting in their room and wallowing and just standing in their bed and thinking of all the negatives instead of trying to make sure they see the paper on a journal, but change it into some positive. What positive things you could say? You could say, I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to be worthy today. I'm going to work as hard as I can. I'm going to be strong. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am brave. Say those things to help them flourish within themselves.
One of the things that we as adults need to realize is, and I remember your aunt Etienne saying, words have power and words matter.
Mm-hmm.
No child comes up with "I'm stupid" on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has told them
Yep.
that they're stupid or that they're dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Or I remember the 3-year-old came home one day and said, "I'm illiterate."
I'm illiterate.
And I'm like,
What?
what?
Whoa.
He's that exactly.
Mm-hmm.
3-year-old saying I'm illiterate. I said, do you even know what that means?
They're here.
That means an adult
Yep.
Yeah.
use
Kids
that
are sponges.
word.
They're sponges. They're
They're
smart.
sponges. So one of the things I like about what you're doing is we're first grabbing what they've been told
Mm-hmm.
and letting them know that the fact that somebody told you that doesn't mean
You
that you are those
right.
things, and changing the narrative in their heads
Mm-hmm.
that no, you are not dumb.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't know something. Guess what? I don't know everything. Nobody does. So the fact, right? So the fact that you don't know something doesn't mean you're dumb. Means that you haven't learned something. Let's learn it together. So I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as you're working with the teens,
Yeah.
what are the common mental challenges that you're seeing, especially with this social media driven world?
Most is peers, who they see, who between the rappers, between the models, between fast cars, they're seeing it online. When they see it online, they think, okay, I want that for my life. I want to feel that things because you know why? It's a gratitude because everybody will appreciate me. It's always going to be a peer of things because you want to look in other people's opinion like you're that person. You're the glow. But then within you're breaking yourself to appear that you're something that you're not. You have to be yourself. And if someone doesn't like it and if someone doesn't appreciate who you are, then they're not supposed to be in your life as it is. It is what it is. But don't break yourself because you see everything online. And that's the problem now. Kids are so on their phones, going out, this and that. They're not taking the time to enjoy the moment. They want to see the end goal. They want to be going fast and this and but they don't enjoy the moment where it's just the small things of you just being proud of yourself, you being around your family that loves you, you taking time with your true friends that actually care about you. The small things, not the big things. And that's the problem is social media very much.
I think the biggest issue with social media is that kids, because they don't know any better,
Mm-hmm.
they think it's reality.
Yes.
And the social media, it's an illusion.
Yeah,
You know,
everybody's not rich and everything.
the
That's
majority of
uh
people, yeah, they might have all these chains. They might not even be real. They might be plastic
right.
stuff. Um, the fact that those people may have a lot of money, but all of them end up in jail. Let's not mention any names.
Hello.
Um, um, I'm
I'm
just
just
saying.
saying, most of it, it's all
Um,
appearance, baby. They could be on their
Wait,
last dollar dime. Okay.
okay, wait a minute. When I was raising my children
mhm.
in the 90s, MTV was
Oh, the
MTV
it.
Cribs, the
Yes.
houses, yes,
MTV with the chains
uh-huh,
and the
Yes.
cars that jump
bells.
up and
Yeah,
down
the car.
and the bells on the cars and
Mm-hmm.
my children. This is not real.
It's not.
It's not.
Oh, and they got a stack of money and they going like a
Oh man,
baby.
just chasing the thrill, chasing
This
the thrill.
is not real.
Mm-hmm.
After they do this, they have to pick them up and
I
give
know
them
that's
back.
right. Make sure all the money's still there, and it's fake.
Yeah.
Or it's funny
You
that
know, that these kids being on the phone, they are obsessed.
Yeah.
they're addicted.
They
It's
don't
the
even
life.
actually watch TV. They just want to be on their phone.
It's the life.
It's an addiction.
Yeah.
It's a real addiction because take the phone out of one of your teenagers. They lose their mind.
Take the phone, but take the games. That's for one thing. Take the games
That's the other thing.
and TVs. And if you actually sit down and take time with them, you will know all their emotions in one day. It's always the parents too with their phones in their hands too.
It's
Yeah,
true.
that's
Yep.
true.
They go by example because some teens will look at the parents like, wait, I give them my phone, but you haven't give up yours.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody at the table has a phone. Nobody's
Right.
other.
Mm-hmm.
But it's addictive to
It is.
everyone.
It is. It's not like growing up for me. I'm of course 27. I'm still young, but my generation for me. I was born from outside, playing outside. There was no phones, no nothing. You can rip and run in and out of the house. You come in or you come out. That was the thing. But it was mostly playing outside, taking the time, those moments, being in nature. Now everything in this generation is consumed on media. And then the teens wants to have the fanciest shoes or the fancier jewelry and this, that, and other. Some of them half dressed at school, halfway dressing, clothes all out. Okay, I guess, but that's not. But that's what they see on media. It's cool.
I got a pet peeve.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to know what color a man's underwear is. I don't need to know that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And when I see that, it just make me want to go and grab
Pull
them.
them up. Put a belt on. Put a belt
But
on.
you can't do that. But it drives me crazy because I did not grow up
Mm-hmm.
in the pants being down around your waist.
Sagging.
Yeah, I didn't grow up like that. We didn't grow up with cell phones. We didn't grow up with computers.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff started coming out 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
I was already grown. Then.
Yeah, my first computer and phone was when I was in college.
Yeah.
I remember I just had the flip phone. Now that was my thing, having a flip phone and the teens.
Well, I'm older than
flip
you.
phone.
My first phone was I had the beepers. Did you get a pager?
Oh yes.
You experienced pagers?
I didn't do pages.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes. It was the craziest thing because you really if you look at it now you can do anything with it. You will get a message and basically it just told you the phone that somebody was trying to reach to you. So you will go to a payphone, call them and then actually figure out what they wanted. Or they had like texting codes where you could send message with different numbers and you kind of figure out what it was kind of very rudimentary texting. And it was like this. And then my first phone was an Ericsson. It was about this size, but it was about this fat.
Yeah, it was a brick.
Yeah.
It's a brick.
You could have killed somebody with that thing.
See, I would love that. I'm very a history girl, and I like back in the day stuff. Like, I would love to have it. Like, hello? Like, that was the thing.
Those phones never lost battery. They lasted forever.
And look, the teens today,
Oh,
they need to know that they can exist
mm-hmm.
without their phone. They're going to be
It's
okay.
true.
They lose it.
Yes.
They also need to have conversation with people.
Yes.
To put them back in reality. I mean, you on your
'Cause they
phone.
isolate themselves because
You can be in whatever world you want to be in on your phone.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Isolation. Like, when the last time have you ever heard of family dinners? Let's be honest. When you actually get off of work, your mom or dad, whoever makes the meal, and then they tell the kids, go wash up this and that. You don't see no phone in sight. They're all talking. They're talking about their day. They're talking how they feel. They're asking their kid, how was your day? They're sitting down and connecting. Now, you don't sit at the dining room table. Your kid goes in her room, or he does, and then you go in your room or sit in the living room, watch your TV show. It's no interaction.
Right.
So how you connecting with your child if there's no interaction within it?
Right.
How you supposed to understand them? You can't.
Information that they're getting
Mhm.
most of the time is false
Very.
anyway,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
So there's got to be some balance. It's
Right.
got to be. When I tell my grandsons to get off the phone, I mean, they look at me like I call them a name.
They be looking horrified. Like
No,
it's like it's
nobody wants to get
allergic.
off the phone.
It's allergic to be outside. No, you need to connect with nature. You need to connect with yourself. I tell you, if you take a couple teens like in a test and you put them all in the room, they'll all have their phone.
Oh
Yeah, they
You
yeah.
will.
you get a basket and you tell all those teens sit in this room and you take their phone out. What's the first thing they're gonna do? They're
And the
just gonna
thing is,
stare at each other.
and right now we're going through something in this nation. Like we
Hmm.
just had these horrible hurricanes that we
Oh
had.
yes,
The, I don't know about you. I know how to survive with power and no water
yeah.
because I grew up in the middle of hurricanes. I
Hmm.
mean, I grew up in Puerto Rico. There was 4 hurricanes a year.
Hmm.
So I know I have a gas stove. If I have to make some fire,
Right.
I know how to do it. I know how to cook
Survival.
in a grill or yeah, survival skills.
Mhm.
These kids don't have that.
They have none.
You have a hurricane and you don't have the microwave available.
How, but how you gonna heat something up? Yeah.
They walking around trying to find out how they gonna charge their iPhone.
Right. Instead of thinking, how am I going to flush a toilet or drink some water?
It's
On the top of the survival skills and understanding with teens not knowing what to do, which is crucial because what does if something does happen in whatever state and your kid is alone or something happens, how are they supposed to survive on things? You can't get to your phone. Your phone dies, then what? Mhm.
Imani.
Mhm.
Give us some takeaways that you have from the previous seminars that you've done with the teams.
Yes, the takeaways I would say for a seminar for me is mostly letting them communicate, let them talk, let them understand that this is a place for them to talk, express themselves. So mostly, yes, I'm here to talk to them, but I want to see what's in their mental of how they're handling things or how they see the world in their eyes. And I have to take away of how much knowledge I have to understand them. I may know things and know a lot of things to help them, but I have to understand what are they going through in their eyes.
One of the things we've talked about
Hmm.
before this interview is that you have expressed the desire to involve the parents.
Yes. Hmm.
Why do you think it's important and crucial to bring them into the conversation when dealing with the teen's mental health?
Well, for certainly, the reason why I say that because mostly most parents you see nowadays with the whole situation of violence going on in schools and kids, sadly losing their lives to themselves and their mental. I will want to involve the parents so they could have an understanding. Because you always hear a parent say, "Oh, I didn't understand my child. I didn't understand where they were coming from. Why I didn't see the signs before that." And what I'm trying to do is create a safe space with the teens by themselves, but also give them permission to let them open up to their parents. So where the parents can feel safe in knowing that how their child feels and where their child is coming from, but not judging them. You can't judge them. If you are ready to take that step to understand what your teen and get into their mental, you can't judge them. As hard and difficult, because as parents and as older people, we have our own opinion. And we
Mhm.
bite our tongue and we say things to our kids or so that we don't mean. But then if you want to have that trust with them, you're going to have to be okay hearing some difficult things that they're uncomfortable with or they're not willing to tell you yet, but on the verge of telling you. And you cannot judge them because off of your opinions. So what I want to do is have a connection so where they could take time with their kids and take that 30 minutes or an hour or so instead of being on the phone, be with your kids.
That's good. Let's talk a bit about self-expression.
Hmm.
Aside from journaling, what other methods do you recommend that teens do to express their feelings? And can you talk a little about about how it will help teens and how it's going to work for you to communicate with the teens.
Yes. So for another example, instead of journaling, vision boards. Everybody likes to do their own vision board. I have a bunch of vision boards in my home, but the vision board is help them see what future they want for themselves. Where is it if they're going to college, or if they want to go do a business, or if they want to start something, that vision board, and what you use magazines, glue, all that stuff. You could see the vision, you could see the emotions of what they want for their life. So when they see it and they wake up and they write, and also positive affirmations on your vision board saying, I am going to be an entrepreneur, I am a billionaire. Say those things to yourself already, like it's already happening, like you're already the richest person in the world. Okay, you may have a little bit of money in your pocket, but hey, you are rich in soul. You're rich in spirit. Say those things to positivity, and you see it on your vision board. It's going to help with your emotions. So when you wake up, instead of feeling jittery and like, oh, I got to go to work. Oh, I got to have to start this day over. They'll wake up and be like, okay, I see my vision board. It says I'm smart. I'm strong. Let me go about my day. Let me put positive music on, something that upbeats your spirit so you could continue along your day.
Going back a little bit to the parents,
Mm-hmm.
what what would you say to a parent that is struggling to connect with their kid?
What I would say to the parent is healing takes time
Hmm.
and it takes patience. You may not get it right the first time, second time, or third. Hey, nobody's perfect. But as long as you're trying to connect with your child, that's all you could ask for yourself. They're also human beings, and they have their own emotion and heal within themselves. But don't be so hard on yourself if you can't get it right the first time to understand your child. It may take time, but slow progress is going to be a big gain, because at the end of the time, they're going to look back and be like, man, I was feeling so down, but my mom or dad or whoever took the time to sit with me to let me know that I am worthy being here, but my emotions matter. I matter as a person.
I think the teens will also open up more.
Hmm.
They hear some of the stories that their parents went through growing up, some
Hmm.
decisions that they
Hmm.
made that were not good,
Hmm.
Right.
because it's hard for our kids to see us as their age.
Hmm.
Right?
See, we popped
Like, I
up
was
grown.
not born a
Yeah.
grandma with gray hair. No, I was a baby like you.
Hmm.
I was a toddler,
Hmm.
so on and so
Hmm.
forth. Because I've shared some of my stories, you can only share so much. They can't.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can't share everything, but you can share something. Something.
Yeah, you can share some things, and God always brings to my remembrance,
Hmm.
what I did,
Hmm.
Right.
and then I try to share what I did
Right.
and how I got through it, and how you make a mistake, you learn from that mistake,
Right.
don't go back to that mistake.
Hmm.
So I think if some of the parents would just open up a little,
Yeah. Hmm.
not the stuff that's gonna make them think, you have to
Yeah.
start.
But just
Thinking,
stuff as
wow,
everybody has done everything. Trust me. If
yeah,
just say, okay, I will just say, hey, if you do it like that, that's fine. That's your opinion. But I just want to make sure you're safe. That's the ultimate thing. Regardless of it is, it's something safe and it's not going to harm you or harm somebody else.
yeah,
For sure.
I think with teens, at least my approach has always been, and probably it's from my training, but
Hmm.
one of the things that I try to do is kind of get out of myself
Hmm.
in the sense of when I'm listening to them, I can't be in my body
Hmm.
because I might react.
Yep. Yep.
You're telling me something that I think you shouldn't be doing. So instead of going, oh, you did what?
yeah. You do
Uh-uh.
You
that
have
on the
to control.
Stop.
You have
and
to,
on the
I go,
outside.
I go, mm-hmm.
as much,
Okay.
and I would say to a parent, if you hear something that don't, at that moment, don't you bust out,
No,
be
you
like,
can't explode. You go,
just
okay.
hold that them talking, and we're talking and understanding emotion, like just who they are and who just express back and forth emotions. It's on Eventbait, in which you could go on my website or go on Instagram, which is Owens underscore teen underscore empowerment, and you'll find a link there to the Eventbait. And the tickets are only $5. And then I also have a sale going on for 2-for-1 special, and that's only $2.75. Now that's easy. And you can
Yeah.
get 2 tickets for one, and it's on December 7th, and it's from 12 to 2, and it's on a Zoom call. So it's just going to be Zoom talking, but mostly it's just me opening up and letting the teens open up with their self and being okay to just express themselves. It's a small little space for them to let it loose.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that you're really trying to make it approachable and doable, because I have not seen a single event for children for that price.
Yeah, for sure.
So, an event that has, all the potential of helping teens. And then if you have more than one, it's two
Right.
for five, two for
And then they
75
can invite their friends.
friends,
You know,
right?
Yeah.
come with me. We pay $2.75.
That's cheaper
$2.
than a soda.
Yeah.
$2.75 for 2 tickets for one. For
Yeah.
me, it's not about the money. That's why
Mhm.
I did it. It's not me having my business of Owens Teen Empowerment. It's not about the money for me. It's about helping the teens, letting them know that they have somewhere and have someone that cares. It's about in your heart. Do you have a heart to care about folks? Do you have a heart to put your pride aside of being greedy for money to actually help and heal the community, especially in these times? And that's why I did it, because it's not about it. I love kids. I deal with kids every single day. I just want to let them know that they have someone that who will go hard for them if they need it. Someone they could talk to, someone they could reach out to.
So I have to let the teens know this is a safe space.
Yeah.
What you say here stays here.
Oh yes.
But
Here we go.
I would have to
Yeah. It's
tell
self-harm.
someone you want to harm yourself
Or someone
or
else.
harm someone else.
Right.
You let them know that.
The proper
And
steps will be taken for sure.
exactly.
That's
And that's another layer of keeping them safe.
yes, for sure. That's one rule for anything, because if it's something severe, I will make sure to do every avenue to help with that situation, because I'm not going to fall short, and I'm not going to let you fall short. Whoever
Right.
you are, I'm not going to let you fall short. And I'm
Mhm.
going to be supportive and be there through the steps, but also get you the help that you need for sure.
Right. That's good.
Very good.
So, if there are other listeners who want to join you and be part of your organization, maybe you get more people who want to do these workshops under you, or want to help you in some way, how can they get involved?
So the simple thing of getting involved is going to my Instagram or my Facebook. My Facebook is Owens Teen Empowerment, in which you can email me for sure and let me know if you want to get involved, if you want to be on the next seminar or so, and then we can communicate and go from there. We'll work something out.
Okay, that sounds great.
Miss Imani,
Yes.
we thank you so much, number one,
Mm-hmm.
for sharing with us. We definitely wish you the best
Thank you.
because it's a ministry.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be a ministry. You have to have a heart for teens.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when I was in school and we talked about starting a teen
Yes.
home?
Yes.
We talked about that, starting a teen home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my heart was for the teens who are coming out of foster care.
Yes.
You come out of foster care, and then you'll be thrown into the world, and
Pack
you
of
realize
wolves. Yeah.
what you do.
Yeah.
An 18-year-old thinks that they are grown. They're not.
No, it's a different.
Especially if you've been in foster care probably all your life.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a halfway house
Mm-hmm.
where they could come out of foster care, be there, and then guide them through what they wanted. If they wanted college, then, get them into college, or they
Right.
wanted a job, or
Help with business and everything.
right, whatever was their interest, but have someone there to basically catch them,
Yeah,
guide them, because I think that gap can lose so many people
it can. It can.
into criminal behavior or drugs, or,
I've seen it happen so
traffic, or all those kind of things.
mm-hmm.
So that's where my heart was. It was kind of have like a safe house,
Mm-hmm.
halfway house, where they will, because they don't even have a place to go.
Yeah, they just
They're out of
oh,
foster care.
yeah, the system just
They're
let
basically homeless.
yeah, honestly.
Right.
They deal with drugs or trying to find food to do this, and then they're in
Right.
gangs, and then
Right.
it's so many things that happen, and that's very true. That's why I'm making a way for where the time comes, will have a building for them so
Mm-hmm.
they could come, even if they're. I know everybody's situation is not peachy and
Mm-hmm.
don't have their environment that they want to be in. But I want to set an environment where they could come do their homework, or where if some teens are taking care of their siblings, they can bring their siblings to my building and
Mm-hmm.
let them play around while they do their education, and so they can move into a better life for themselves
Mm-hmm.
of what they're trying to do with their lives.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
I think the hardest thing with adults is we have to fix our minds to meet the teen,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
not where we think they should be.
True.
Hmm. Yes.
True.
Meet them where they are
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and walk with them to get them where you feel that they should be, but you got to meet them where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to be okay with that. You got to, as a parent, I know so many people has their own healing and their own trauma, but if you want to create a different world, a different generation with your child, but within the community, you have to be okay accepting the things that your child says, even if it's hard to hear. You have to accept those things. You have to be okay as sitting with yourself and saying, do I want to grow with my child? Do I want to have more family unions, family talks, family dinners, small outings at the park? It doesn't matter. Do I want those things for me and my family? If that's a yes, then you have to sit with them and be okay with those emotions. And you cannot judge. You can't, as much as we all have our own opinion, you have to take the time. It's going to take patience, and a lot of people don't have it nowadays at all. They don't have patience. They want everything fast, but in life you have to slow down. Yeah.
And you have to also think about what's really important.
Mhm.
I saw a post not too long ago that flabbergasted me. It was this grandmother
Mhm.
who the mom allowed the teenage to um, dye her hair yellow. It was not blonde. It was canary yellow.
Oh,
It was
wow.
big bird yellow.
Oh,
And she was like, I can't believe she did that. And she has a tattoo and I can't even take her to church anymore. And I was like, hold on.
mm.
Why?
Are you judging?
You want it right. If the girl getting good grades, is she having, is she on drugs? Is she, why can't you take her to church?
Mhm.
Jesus is not going to tell her because your hair is yellow, you can't come in.
Right.
It's
Right.
her
So,
for herself.
right, it's her own bias.
Her own self. She's discovering who she is and what she likes, and you can't.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be a hypocrite and tell you my child walks through that door with yellow hair one day. That's exactly going to be
Yeah,
my expression.
it's gonna be the
But
emotion. Yeah.
it was like, okay. But again, does he have good grades?
Mm-hmm.
Is he using drugs or alcohol? No. He's going to church. He's reading his Bible. He wants the hair yellow. It will grow out.
Yeah. It just expression.
He'll change it to purple tomorrow.
Right. Everybody
His hair.
color, but it's just the fact that this is who they are. This is what express
Right.
yourself. This is you have to be okay seeing that difference within your child. They're not going to be just a representative of you. They have their own emotions.
Right. But I will clarify. I pray that that never happens, but it might. And the day goes, I'm gonna go. That's an interesting conversation.
Right. Like Is this a new thing that you wanted to try, or what is this?
My question would be, is that the results you
Yes.
going for?
Yeah.
But I think there's bigger issues. Like I said, if the child is doing things right and he's probably helping in the community, has good grades, and it's a good citizen, and it's going to church, and he painted
Sometimes
his
it's reflect because that's how you feel. It's not some people project how they feel on others.
right.
Really, did you want your hair to be yellow when you was young? Let's be honest.
Mm.
How we don't know when you were young.
I
And
didn't have a color faux pas.
yeah.
Too.
It was supposed to be like blonde highlights,
Yeah.
but it became blonde all over. And I mean, it was blonde, blonde.
Oh,
Oh,
girl, no.
I had to live through that hairstyle.
I was trying to go almost blonde, but I didn't. You have to take the dark. You have to lighten your hair
yeah.
to do that. I didn't do that, and Carrot Top had nothing on me. I
Uh,
was orange, 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 like a clown wig.
my hair was all black, and then I dyed it to blonde. But my roots stay black, regardless if I dyed it. And when I first dyed it, I was like, "Ooh, this is a new feel." It makes you feel, it makes
Mhm.
you feel good, but at the same time, it's like, okay, how I'm gonna style this? Like, this is new. Like, I gotta spritz up
Good
myself.
work with that
Hmm.
kind of hair.
But that's how teens are. They do
Yeah.
things that are different to express themselves. Most of the time, it's not about being a rebel or being against what their parents say. It's actually discovering what they like. So if your teen changed their hair for some reason, they're trying to find what is their creativity. That's how characters are built. Everybody is have a different character about themselves. So if your
Mhm.
teen decides sooner or later, if it's okay with your permission to get a tattoo, but you don't know the tattoo may have a meaning behind it. As
Yeah.
much as we don't want to let teens get tattooed, they're gonna do what they want. So you either be there next to them, or you gonna find out when you get home that your teeth has a tattoo.
Had that conversation with your 18-year-old. He wanted a tattoo, and she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Okay, so what kind of tattoo do you want, and
Hmm.
what does it mean?"
Hmm.
Well, wait a minute. That means that really that's misspelled right there, and
Yeah,
you're going to have that for
yeah.
the rest of your life. I'm not telling you not to have it. I'm just telling you have something misspelled in there
Right.
for the rest of your life.
Hmm.
And have you ever seen somebody get a tattoo? That's needles, on and on and on. Go, you do
I
you.
had
I'll take you
that.
there. But it's needles. It hasn't happened, and we had that conversation like 6 months ago because they think, oh, it's good. I'm go. You go ahead, baby. You
Yeah,
do you.
some people can take it, and some
Think
people
of that.
can't. That's the thing. Yeah, they say one thing, and then they get there and be like, maybe this not a good. But you gotta let them have that choice. You
Right.
gotta
We
let.
had the conversation.
Yeah, and but also that helps you understand who your child is as a teen.
Mhm.
When you let them adventure not too far out, but you let them adventure of what they like. They may be liking wearing gold bracelets or necklaces. And teen has their own style, but then that'll give you a insight of who they are. And then going forward, you're like, okay, my teen likes rings. Let's just say rings all over their hands. You may not like it, but if you come home one day and you gift your, just say you just went out and you gift your teens with rings and they didn't even know you was doing it.
Mhm.
Now you just build another connection with your child because then they're saying, wow, my mom knows or my dad knows or whoever knows I don't like they don't like it on me, but they still encourage me to me express who I am. Then you just gained another trust with your kid.
And that's what I mean about being priority.
Yeah.
If a child says they're gonna use drug, no, you're not.
Oh no, oh baby, no.
If you're gonna rob, no, you're not gonna rob. But like I said, you want to dye your hair, let's go dye your hair. You
Yeah.
wanna, wear rings,
Yeah.
go for it. I don't care for men with earrings, but you want one, go ahead. And you want one from mine, leave some of them alone. I might not give you all of them, but go ahead and you can pick. There's some things that you have to prioritize. Does this make them a
Which
bad citizen, or does it just
yeah.
affect?
You gotta choose your battles at that point. You
Right.
gotta choose what like honestly, you rather have your kid tell you and go with you or be by your side than you coming home or you finding out from a family member that so got a whole back tattoo. Now you looking crazy like, I know he didn't, or I know she didn't. Like, and now you trying to keep your composure, but at the same time you like, why? First thing you gonna say, why you didn't come and tell me?
I pray with that child of me.
Well, one of my children, grown adult children, didn't tell me that they got a tattoo. And they positioned themselves, I'll just say that, one day. And I saw it.
It was in the back. The lower
And I'm
back.
like, oh my God. So I go call my girlfriend. And I said, so-and-so has a tattoo. She said, oh, you saw that one? And it was on another part of their body. And I'm like, they got more than oh my God, they got more than one. And I mean, I never wanted a tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 holes in my ears and I only use one set.
I just have the one hole.
Oh, I have 7 tattoos. I have 7. I love.
Hey.
Hear me out. I don't judge anybody with tattoos. I am the most indecisive person in the world, and tattoos are permanent. So I would finally decide on a tattoo.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
like
too
it in a week, so I can't do that.
Yeah.
That is just not for me. No, thank you.
Yeah.
But you do you.
But
And
anything that we can do to get our teenagers to open up,
yeah,
we have to loosen up. Basically, I've learned that the hard way.
Yes.
We have to kind of loosen up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go against God.
no.
You don't have to blaspheme the Holy Spirit or
You
nothing
don't have to
like
cuss
that.
or anything like that. No.
We've got to, like I said, meet them where they are.
Mhm.
Yes, you gotta learn their hobbies. Like some hobbies you're not gonna be down with. Some parents gonna be looking at their kids like, you wanna go bungee jumping? I don't like
I take pictures. I would not jump, but I'll take
right.
pictures.
I'll support you, but I'm meeting you halfway.
Yeah, I take pictures. I take wonderful
It's just the simple fact that you're showing them the initiative. You're showing that you are taking the time to get to know them. Because when you just judge off of what they like and so, you already are cutting down connections bits by bits, and you don't even realize you're doing it until it's too late. Until your child is actually isolating themselves in their room and don't want to talk to you, and you know something's wrong with their mood because their mood changed. They're not the same. And then when you try to open up, what they're going to say, oh, I don't want to talk about it right now. I don't feel like talking about it. And then they go to their friends to talk about it. And then sooner or later, you're hearing from the neighbor or your best friend or so saying, did you know so-and-so said this? I overheard something. And then you're looking crazy like, wait, why my child didn't tell me how they feel?
Well, and the thing is, when they go to their friend is gonna give them the wrong information.
Nice. Yep.
At least if they come to me, I can give them the right information.
Right. And that's for sure. Like some friends nowadays, you have to watch out what you say to some people because some friends are not your friends. And always listen. I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. When your mama or grandmama say, I don't like that person, trust. It's the truth. Because I have been through it where my grandmother and my mom has said to me, I don't think you're one of your friends. And you just.
But as a teenager, you dismiss that.
You just. I have done it.
I agree with you,
Mhm.
but it wasn't until I was an adult that I was like, my mama was right.
Right.
My mama was a hater that didn't watch them.
Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
look at my mama like, how you gonna tell me? But then sooner or later,
You don't know them.
right? And then they come home crying, talking about something happened, and you like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But see, that's our opportunity to gain their trust.
Boom,
Instead
right?
of giving them the "I told you so" look
Yeah.
or speech,
Sit down.
that's the opportunity. Let's sit down and talk about it.
Right.
Tell me what happened. How did that make you feel?
Right.
And that can open that door a little bit to open it even further for more communication.
Because it's taking that first step because it's like, okay, my mom is or my dad or whoever is not telling me, ha ha ha, laugh in your face.
Right.
That's how they think in their head. And when they're sitting down and talking, they're like, man, they're actually listening to me, listening to my feelings. And they may not tell you, because kids be on their own, but I'll tell you, after that talk, your child's gonna feel better in their room. They may be even smiling, and you
Yeah.
don't even realize that you just made them feel whole within
Yeah.
themselves.
And as a parent, think about this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always watching true crime stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not only you're gaining a conversation and a relationship and a closeness with your child, you may be saving their lives.
Yes.
Yes.
Because how many kids, well, most, domestic violence can happen to girls and boys, but in the majority is girls, are in domestic violence situations already in high school.
Yes. Very.
And you don't know it because you already told her you don't like that guy. And she's not gonna come to you and tell you Peter's beating me,
Yep.
or he's, not controlling me, and all that kind of stuff. So, or so and so is inviting me to places that
I don't
don't
want them.
agree with
Yes.
our values
Right.
or stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you won't hear those things unless you have that communication,
Right.
and you could be saving your child's life.
But also, for me, and which I understand, have a journal with your child, and which is another example of a method. You and your child both have journals. Write down those feelings, but also have another journal, a family journal, where everybody writes how they feel for that day. So it could be just laying on the table. Let's just say that. And one day your child gets this write how they're feeling for the day, what they want you to know, and then whoever sees it or so, the mom said, then that's another connection. Okay, today, this is how my child felt today. Let me
Mm-hmm.
go talk to them and see how we can do it. Then, as a parent, you write how you feel, but you let your child know, I'm exhausted today. I had a rough day at work. I'm trying my best to keep everything in handle, but I'm just very exhausted. Then if you and your team have a communication, you don't know what your team could do. Your team could come in there and be like, hey, mom, hey, dad, you want to relax on the couch and talk, or you want to have movie night together? You need me to rub your feet? I'm just saying, but some teams do it, some
I'll do the dishes while you go watch a
Yeah.
movie.
yeah.
Something.
Do you need help with laundry, mom? I saw
Mhm.
in the notebook that you seem like you're tired. So can I help with this? Can I help with cooking? I know I'm not too much of a cook, but I can hand you the spices, or it will make a.
Maybe you can make some ramen noodles today, and we'll eat them.
Yeah.
There we go. Like,
Yeah.
you never know unless you take that time. And that could just be a little something, a family journal where everybody who in the family write how they feel, and that's how more connection, because then when you get to the dinner table, now you guys are talking. Now
Right.
you're talking about what you have written in the family journal, because y'all
Yes.
talked about it, y'all bring it to the table, you're having laughs, memories. Bring up good memories. Bring up things that from their childhood, how they used to do something silly. It may be dorky to the teen, but they're gonna laugh and they're
Mhm.
gonna feel good. Like, man, my mom remember when I was this. It's
Mhm.
small things, and then your teen's gonna remember something that you did that you probably didn't even realize that made their day.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember my kids were growing up. I always wanted to do daily devotional and a prayer
Mm-hmm.
before they left for school.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord, that was like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
OMG. I mean, I got to the point one morning I said, so you're not gonna pray? No. Okay, I'll pray.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pray over you.
Yeah.
And prayerfully tomorrow you will want to pray yourself.
Right.
But it was hard, but I had to do it because
Mm-hmm.
I had to lay that foundation.
Mhm.
Yep. And that's
Yeah.
true. You have to set the standard. You have to, as much as you want to be your child's best friend, but you also have to be their protector
Parent.
at the same time. It's
Mhm.
okay to let your walls down, but understand you still have to be the leader. You still have to let them know, but in a right formal way. If you want to get close to them and let them know, like, we are doing this journal, you may not like it for the time being. Right now, you may feel like this is boring and this is draining, but come a time, there's going to be one day you write in your journal and you write something deep that I will have to know. And by us doing this journal, I already know the experience of how I could communicate with you. I don't have to yell my voice over you. I don't have to over talk you. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Over talking your teen, they're gonna feel like, okay, well, I'm just gonna shut down because
Yeah.
you just over talking me and you're not understanding where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Right. Communication is so important. If
Mhm.
you have a teen or teens in your house and they're not talking,
Yeah, you don't know what's aspiring in their head.
you need to lock your door at night when you go to sleep because you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
You don't know, but also there's a lot of creepy people out there, and if you're not taking the time to talk to your teen could be talking to a predator. Your
Right.
teen could be talking to someone that's actually very psycho, and they're pouring their emotions out to a
Yeah.
stranger because the stranger is taking time to listen to them.
System.
That's why so many people and young children get hurt because they go meet up with the person. Then you can't find your child. This, that, and that. And then you're finding emails and texts, all this stuff from the stranger, and you like, wow, my child is expressing how they feel to a complete stranger, and now they put themselves in danger because I didn't take the time to understand them.
Right. Right. Thank you, Imani.
Yes.
We wish you the best.
Thank you.
Wish you the best in Owens team, the safe space that is priceless.
Yes.
Okay. And we wish you the best in your upcoming December event and all the amazing projects that you have coming down the pipe. We hope that you come back again.
Yes, sure.
Let us know so you can come back again and we can talk with you. And by you being such a young adult, hopefully there are some teens that will come across this episode
Yes.
and it'll catch their attention.
I hope so. I hope so. That's one.
Communication is key.
Yes, that's all I want for the teens. I just want them to know that they have someone that is trying her best to help them in every form of way, and that this teddy bear is definitely gonna care about y'all. Okay, so
And to
but
our audience,
Yes.
let's make sure to check Imani's upcoming event in December. It's a great opportunity for teens and parents alike so that they can, subscribe their kids.
Yes.
And know that we will have the links and the information from Imani on the description.
yeah, thank you.
Yes.
So welcome to
definitely.
the
We
Rising Muse
appreciate
community.
you.
Have a blessed day, sweetheart.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Thrive by the Rising Muse. If today's conversation resonated with you or someone you know, don't forget to share this episode.
Remember, if you're experiencing a mental health crisis, please dial 988. Or if a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis, please dial 911 or take them to the nearest emergency room.
And if you think you're in a domestic violence relationship, you need to talk to someone or get some assistance, you can dial 800-799-7233 or you can text 887-888. Make sure that you are safe when making these outreach calls.
Remember to follow us. We are at The Rising Muse on all platforms of social media. Until the next time, remember to take care of your mental health. And that is not a destination, it's a journey.
It is a journey.
And don't forget to thrive.
Don't forget to thrive.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.